Subscribe to our channel for the latest NBA news, trade rumors, and breaking updates. Bronny James is still developing his game to try and stick around the NBA for the long haul. Despite that, he's not playing in NBA Summer League, which begins this week in Las Vegas for the Los Angeles Lakers. The roster announcement's lack of LeBron's son did surprise some fans. There's a case to be made for Bronny playing in Summer League, and it centers around the idea of him continuing to develop his game after a pair of seasons split between the G League and the NBA. It's also quite logical, though, that he isn't a part of Summer League as he heads toward his third NBA season. Multiple factors are contributing to Bronny's absence from Summer League, and while the Lakers haven't publicly provided a reason, it's easy to make some deductions. For one, it's not clear the development it would give to Bronny at this point. He's proven he can play in the G League, and even in spot minutes in the NBA. He'd perform well in Summer League, but it makes more sense for the Lakers to give minutes to other potential developmental pieces. This brings up the first major reason behind the decision. Bronny has already demonstrated he can handle the pace and physicality of G League competition. He has also logged spot minutes at the NBA level over the past 2 seasons. Summer League exists primarily as a proving ground for players fighting to earn a roster spot or a two-way contract. For a player who has already cleared that bar, the games offer limited additional value. It is likely that Bronny would perform well if given the opportunity to play in Vegas this summer. That performance, however, would not translate into meaningful information the Lakers don't already have. The organization has a clearer picture of what he can do than it would gain from a handful of exhibition-style games. Because of this, the Lakers are choosing to allocate those minutes to players still competing for a permanent place on an NBA roster, whether that's a training camp invite, a two-way deal, or a standard contract. The second reason centers on a significant contract update. Bronny recently had his contract fully guaranteed at $2.3 million for the 2026-27 season. This detail changes the entire calculation around his participation in Summer League. Players who appear in Las Vegas each July are typically doing so because their NBA futures remain uncertain. Undrafted rookies, players on non-guaranteed deals, and those hoping to catch on with a new franchise use these games as an audition. Bronny does not fall into that category anymore. His roster spot for next season is already secured, independent of how he might perform in exhibition games this summer. There is no competitive pressure pushing him toward Las Vegas, since a strong or weak showing there would not change his contract status. This is a structural difference between him and most of the other names on Summer League rosters across the league. The third reason tied to Bronny's absence involves speculation around his father's free agency. LeBron James is expected to sign elsewhere in free agency this offseason, and that possibility has fueled ongoing speculation about whether the Lakers might eventually trade Bronny to reunite him with his father on a new team. If that scenario is even a remote possibility, it makes sense for the Lakers to keep Bronny out of situations that carry unnecessary injury risk. Summer League games, while lower stakes than the regular season, still carry the physical risk that comes with any competitive basketball. Teams routinely hold players out of these games when there is a trade scenario on the table, since an injury during a meaningless exhibition contest could complicate or derail a deal. With LeBron's free agency decision still pending, and the possibility of a package move involving Bronny floating around league circles, sitting him out removes that risk entirely. This storyline connects to a broader off-season narrative surrounding the James family and their NBA futures. Speculation about LeBron's next destination has extended into questions about whether Bronny's long-term path stays with the Lakers or shifts elsewhere as part of a larger transaction. Reports have also indicated that Bronny's best path forward may not actually involve a trade away from the Lakers at all, adding another layer to how the organization is approaching his usage this summer. Taken together, these 3 factors explain the decision far better than a simple roster oversight would. Bronny has already shown what he can do at the G League and NBA levels, meaning Summer League offers him little additional developmental value. His contract for the 2026-27 season is already fully guaranteed at $2.3 million, removing any competitive necessity to prove himself in Las Vegas. And with LeBron James expected to leave in free agency, the Lakers appear to be protecting Bronny from unnecessary injury risk, while trade speculation continues to circulate. Some fans hoping to see Bronny put up strong numbers in Summer League will have to wait, since that opportunity is not on the table this time around. The decision reflects a calculated approach by the Lakers organization rather than any indication of a setback in his development. As Bronny enters his third NBA season, the absence from Summer League appears to be less about where he stands as a player and more about the surrounding circumstances shaping his immediate future in the league.